Let's begin with our spelling words. Our first word when we code, you might notice, has our floss spelling pattern with that short vowel, short word. We're going to use that floss spelling pattern and double that L after that short vowel. So our word is spill. Our next word, when we start labeling our letters, you'll notice that vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel will divide in between the two consonants. Our first syllable, you would think it's the ah sound, but it's not. Collect. You might think that schwa sound. So ka, and then this is consonant, vowel, consonant. Mark it with a brief. First syllable ka, second syllable lect. All together, collect. Go to our next word. Let's start coding. This one's kind of tricky back here. You do see vowel, consonant, E, but we don't say lettuce, so that's what's tricky here. We have that CE to make that soft sound, okay, so that's why that's tricky. Or we might have right? We look plural, or if we put an E again, it would be a long U sound, or it'd make the Z sound in between two vowels. So with all of that said, we're just going to have the soft sound with the CE. Good. Vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. We'll divide between the consonants. Consonant, vowel, consonant. Mark it with the brief. And then this is my sound. Lettuce. Altogether, lettuce. Good. Number 4. We see consonant, vowel, consonant, consonant. Remember that Y is going to make my long E sound at the end of a longer word, like our keyword, penny. Good. Vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. So we'll divide in between the consonants. Consonant, vowel, consonant. Mark it with the brief. First syllable, hap. Second syllable, P. Happy. Good. Number 5 is a red word. It's kind of like the words we had last week, right? We had fairy, and then we might also be familiar with Mary, right? We don't hear that sound. It's not the sound, and once again, it's not Murray, it's not Bury. This word here, it sounds like the long A sound, but airy. And this is like the fruit berries. Okay? We'll still divide in between the two consonants, and that Y is making the long E sound. Just have to be careful with that E there, okay? Berry. Number 6, consonant, vowel, consonant. Consonant, vowel, consonant, but that back vowel consonant we know is our first best choice for Good. Now we'll see our spelling pattern. Divide between the consonants. Consonant, vowel, consonant. Mark it with the brief. My first syllable, lit. My second syllable, ter. Altogether, litter. Good. This one's kind of a tricky one, but we do see that spelling pattern. So we'll divide in between the two consonants. This to me is kind of sound like air. We don't quite say the carrot that you might see there. So yes, care, rut, and this is kind of a tricky sound. Carrot. You don't hear that sound. So yeah, definitely a word you kind of just have to remember there, carrot. Okay, our next one we see that similar spelling pattern. AN makes that and sound. But here, it's kind of making a different sound that we'll talk about. We'll still divide here. This once again is making kind of a different sound. It's not errand. that you might see there, but Aaron. It's another tricky word. Errand. Good. We'll keep moving along here. We'll divide between our consonants. Consonant, vowel, consonant, mark it with the breve. Consonant, vowel, consonant, mark it with the breve. My first syllable, hap. Second syllable, pen. All together, happen. We'll keep rolling here. Consonant, vowel, consonant. This is consonant LE spelling pattern that we'll go over someday. But we divide right in front of that consonant LE. That E is silent. We need it there because we need 2 vowel sounds, 2 claps, 2 syllables. Okay, so that's how that will work, the consonant LE. Now we can code our first syllable. Consonant, vowel, consonant. Mark it with the breve. My first syllable, puzz. Second syllable, zul. All together, puzzle. But this one is definitely one we just have to know. It comes from the Italian language, so it doesn't follow our rules, but we do see that schwa sound at the end, the sound, and definitely this is kind of a different sound as well. Pizza, pizza. Good. Coder, consonants and vowels. That Y is making the long E sound at the end of a long word. There is our usual spelling pattern that we like. So then code consonant, vowel, consonant, marker with the breve. My first syllable, mess. Second syllable, C. All together, messy. Once we start coding here, kind of a lot to take care of, okay? First of all, we have 2 vowel sounds, 3 consonants, okay? We're going to keep this blend here. Okay, this is where we'll divide there, so that makes my first syllable close. Mark it with the breve, add. Consonant, vowel, consonant, mark it with the breve, dress. All together, address. Good. This one's a tricky one. I see it's misspelled a lot, but there's that eat sound, and oops, you might notice there's that Y making a long E sound at the end of a longer word. We can divide there. You might think we could also divide as a suffix. Might be appropriate too. Good. I'm not sure what I got going on here. But it looks cool. Anyways, we usually bracket that off. Okay, let's see if I can do it again. There we go. Real suffix ly. Good. I see this all the time, okay? Not really. It kind of sounds that way. Be careful what we're saying. We're saying really, okay? Good. Let's keep rolling here. Code our consonants and vowels. There's that vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. Divide between the consonants. Consonant, vowel, consonant. Mark it with the breve. Consonant, vowel, consonant. Mark it with the breve. The first syllable, treff. Second syllable,